this life, and I'm so much fascinated and so much, excited to be connected with you guys. And as far as I'm concerned with live streaming, I come to uh, the live streaming only when I feel that it is very much, necessary, and it's very much important to come in front of you people and make sure that my presence will gonna help you a lot, not in terms of just generating, you know um, fun and light information about the life that we people are going through, or we are handling or facing so far. But today I am, very much interested to talk about the life, about the princess of Wales. That means Princess Diana, the princess of the people, who has been able to win the heart of millions of people around the entire universe. So, being a, being a charismatic character, being a very much beautiful and very much exuberant, wonderful princess of Wales, how Princess Diana has been able to tackle the challenges, the misfit that she has, uh, you know, faced with. Okay, so right now, actually, I want to talk about her, the book, and that is specially written basing on her life. So, Dinah, her true story. The information that I have been with has been extracted from the Wikipedia. Okay. Dinah, her true story, later published as Dinah, her story in her own words, is an authorized biography of Diana, Princess of Wales, written by Andrew Morton. The book was published in the United Kingdom in hardcover format on 16 June 1992 by Michael O'Mara Books. The book was controversial as it detailed out Diana's societal unhappiness within her marriage and her struggle with. Actually, I want to read such a beautiful books, not for the sake of mind purpose, okay? Concentrating or focusing on my desire for my passion only. I also want you people to discover, to explore the beautiful mysteries about the people who have really contributed and who have really devoted their life for the sake of human upliftment. So, one of many other people around the universe, Princess Diana, had also, played a vital role for, for uh, bringing the society into consolidation, spreading the message of love, him spreading the message of affection. Okay, the book was controversial as it detailed out Diana's societal unhappiness within her marriage and her struggles with depression. At the time of publication, Buckingham Palace denied any cooperation between the princess and Morton, but it was later revealed that Diana was the main source behind the book's content. Diana, Horror Story. Authors Andrew Morton, Language English. genre biography, publisher Michael O'Mara Books, publication date 16 June 1992, media type print, pages 224, and ISBN 97 81 85 47 91 917. Background writing. In October 1986, while escorting the Princess of Wales on an official royal visit to St. Thomas Hospital, where she opened a new CT scanner in Jan's Clotrust X-ray department, she met royal journalist Andrew Morton. Clotrust was a middleman between Diana and Morton, who wrote the biography on Princess. In 1991, Coltrust conducted secret interviews with the Princess of Wales in which she talked about her marital issues and difficulties. He brought her questions from Morton and recorded types of her answers to bring back to him. Coltrane said of the experience, see, Dana was enormously enthusiastic to have her story out there. She knew exactly what she was doing. I would cycle in. The recorder was in the briefcase, nothing surprising there. I would go in and we would normally have a few questions before lunch. We would have lunch, then we had come out of after lunch. I would clip the microphone on and she would finish them off. In 1992, shortly before Diana, her true story was published. The princess wrote to Coltrust saying, obviously, we are preparing for the volcano to erupt and I do feel better equipped to cope with whatever comes our way. Thank you for your belief in me and for taking the trouble to understand this mind. It's such a relief not to be on my own anymore and that it's okay to be me. In 1993, the book was made into a television film of the same name with Serena Scott Thomas as Diana. During her lifetime, both Diana and Morton denied her direct involvement in the writing process and maintained that family and friends were the book's main source. However, after her death, Morton acknowledged Diana's role in writing the tell-all in the book's updated edition. Diana, her true story in her own words, the revelation which came after years of denial of getting any input from Dana for the book, together with the release of her recorded conversation on tapes, caused a mixed reaction in the press, with some accusing Morton of breaching confidentiality and exploding the tragedy of her untimely death, and others praising his candor. This is written by Andrew Morton and that I have right now extracted from Wikipedia. Diana, in her one words, is a television documentary that was broadcast on Channel 4 in the United Kingdom on August 6th, 2017. This film was produced by Kaboom Film and Television of the United Kingdom. Right now, I have been reading this, related article from other, people's perspectives. Television of the United Kingdom, the film includes footage of the late Diana, Princess of Wales, discussing aspects of her personal life, including her marriage to Prince Charles, which was recorded during conversations she had with a voice coach in 1992 and 1993. In July 2017, it emerged that Channel 4 planned to broadcast The documentary in run up to the 20th century of the death of Diana on 30 July. The Mail on Sunday reported that Diana's brother, the ninth Earl Spencer, had urged Channel 4 not to broadcast the tapes of his sister amid concerns it would cause distress to her two sons. His concerns were subsequently caught by royal commentators and friends of the late princess, including Rosa Montauk, who intended to write to the broadcaster urging them not to show the footage, which she said doesn't belong in the public domain. The documentary drew a mixed reaction from critics as well as giving Channel 4 their largest copyright ratings for over a year. Figures indicated the film was watched by an average audience of 3.5 million, peaking at 4.1 million. The documentary rests on PBS in the United States is a slightly altered film under the Little Diana horror story, a National Geographic documentary with the identical title Diana in Her Own Words was released the same year and was also structured around previously on-aired interviews but is unrelated. That documentary by filmmakers Tom Jennings and David Tillman to use interviews from 1991, which had originally been recorded for the Andrew Morton biography, Diana, Her True Story. I'm also searching other source of information that are very much, related with the life of, Princess of Wales, Diana. What is the best book about Princess Diana? Actually, right now, I'm also being so much, interested to know more about what other, sites, or let's say what other writers have to say about the, nature of Princess of Wales Diana. Right now, I have, taken this information from today.com. Here, 14 books about Princess Diana that go beyond the crown. Okay, this is also related, including the tell-all biography that Diana contributed to herself. August 18, 2022, updated November 10, 2023, by Crushy. Before her tragic death at the age of just 36, Princess Diana captivated people around the world with her charm, grace, and humility. She remains a source of fascination, explored in movies, documentaries, musicals, and beyond. But if you want to dig deeper into Diana's legacy, it's worth checking out the best books about the late royal. Many words have been written about Lady Diana Spencer, both before and after she died in 1997. The tenor of the books changed depending on which they came out. For example, Andrew Morton's Diana, her true story, published in 1992, had ramifications for Diana's life as royal. The tell-all spill details about her marriage to Prince Charles. After Diana's death, Morton confirmed that Diana herself was a source for the book, but Tina Brown's Diana Chronicles, published 10 years after the fatal accident, which look back at Diana's personality and legacy, with her death providing context. The lasting impression she left on the world has only deepened over time as part of season 6 of The Crown releases on November 16, which will depict the last few months of Diana's life before her death on August 31st, 1997. Whether you are an expert on the people's princess or would simply like to learn more about her, there are plenty of books chronically her incredible life. These 14 books are a great place to start. Biographies about Princess Diana. Diana, her true story in her own words by Andrew Morton. Initially published in 1992, this biography gives intimate details about the princess' life, touching on topics ranging from her troubled marriage to the prince to her relationship with Queen Elizabeth II. Morton and Diana denied that she was a source for the book, but after Diana's death, Morton revealed otherwise per Frontline in 1997. Morton republished a revised version of the biography that included 18,000 word transcript of tape recordings that Diana made during the creation of the book. The Diana Chronicles by Tina Brown. This New York Times bestseller is the brainchild of Tina Brown, the former editor in chief of the British gossip magazine Tatler, Vanity Fair, The New Yorker, and Talk, written with the effervescent and witty language and informed by close access to the people who knew Tana best. The biography chronicles the relationships that played a major role in Dana's life, including her interactions with her mother, grandmother, stepmother, the Queen Camilla Parker Bowles, and Sarah Duchess of York. Remembering Dana, a life in photographs by National Geographic. Featuring over 100 images from Diana's fascinating life, this biography book is perfect for anyone who wants a light read or a picture for the comfortable. Tina Brown pinned a forward for the book, which follows Tina from her early days to her relationship with Charles to her motherhood journey and her philanthropic work. Diana, William, and Harry are the heartbreaking story of a princess and mother by James Patterson. This more recent release comes from best-selling novelist James Patterson with contribution from Money. The biography takes a close look at the private life of the Princess of Wales and her relationship with her beloved sons William and Harry, written by one of the world's most renowned authors. The family Shag reads like a novel. Books from people who knew Princess Diana, speared by Prince Harry. Where better to learn more about Lady Diana than from her son himself? Prince Harry's book, Spear, contains memories he has of his mother, plus personal details about how he coped with her death as a child. While the memoir doesn't focus solely on Diana, those looking to learn more about her relationship with her children will be sure to find previously unreported stories about the princess inside its 416 pages. Diana, I knew loving memories of the friendship between an American mother and her son's nanny, who became the Princess of Wales by Mary Robertson. Mary Robertson knew Diana long before she became the People's Princess. The friends met in the early 1980s when Diana watched over Robertson's son a few days a week. In this book, Robertson recalls the early days of their friendship and shares details about Diana's personality, lineage, and life as a member of the royal family. The day Diana died by Christopher Anderson. If you are cautious about the lead up to and the aftermath of the fatal accident in the Ponte Alma tunnel that killed Dana and two others, that is the exhaustive account to check out. Anderson, who went on to write other accounts of Diana's life, including one about her relationships with her son Gerard in one of the circumstances surrounding the late royals death, featuring interviews from people adjacent to the accident. Royal Duty by Paul Burrell. You get to know a person pretty well when you work in their home, and Paul Burrell formed a close bond with Dana during his time as her butler. The author, who also worked for the Queen and Charles, shares intimate details about Dana he knew behind the scenes of palace life in this book. Diana, a closely guarded secret by Warfe. Ken Warfe learned a lot about the inner workings of Diana's life as a royal when he was her bodyguard, and he witnessed many difficult times in the young prince's life following her death. He penned this New York Times bestseller to share his first-hand account of their time together. Fiction about Prince Diana, Untold Story, a novel by Monica Alley. Monica Leach's novel based on The Princess of Wales stands apart from the biography crowd and poses the following questions. What if Princess Diana hadn't died? In the novel, Ali explores the life Diana could have had in her 40s and beyond through a fictional heroine who shares some of the struggles Diana once navigated, including disordered eating and a troubled marriage. Books about Princess Diana's style. Diana's style icon, a celebration of the fashion of Lady Diana Spencer, Princess of Wales by Dan Jones. Can't get enough of Diana's iconic style. This book takes a unique approach to chronicling some of her best sartorial moments with beautiful illustration. It follows her fashion evolution with the 50 looks, including a chapter entirely dedicated to revenge looks. Yes, the revenge dress makes an appearance. HRH Show Many Thoughts on Royal Style by Elizabeth Holmes. Princess Diana wasn't the only royal whose style left a lasting impression on society. In this glossy, reader style, journalist Elizabeth Holmes explores the influence that four members of the royal family had on the fashion world. In addition to Princess Diana, her son's wives Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, and Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, are also included, as it is Queen Elizabeth II. The Look book, What Diana Was Trying to Tell Us Through Her Clothes by Eloise Moran. Diana was a true style icon, and we are still talking about some of her most memorable fashion moments today. In this photograph, Rich Reed, British fashion journalist Louise Moran, interprets some of the princess' most stunning outfits and speaks with several people who once dressed her for insight what Lady Di could not express verbally. She expressed through her clothes. The book description reads. Diana, The Life and Legacy of the People's Princess by Brenny Hoy. In one of the newest books on Diana, royal biographer Brenny Hoy pays tribute to the iconic Princess of Wales. Hoy met Diana on several occasions and even interviewed her in his 96-page book is fully illustrated with the photographs featuring Diana's style and her life as royal, who is the author of the three dozen of the books about royalty, ranging from Diana to Queen Elizabeth II. Okay, these are some of the very important books that you can take a reference to know more about Princess Diana. As I read about Diana, my eyes are full of tears because I am personally touched with the charismatic nature of Dinah. So I am so much interested to, read about her. And I actually only don't want to be benefited from the piece of information that I'm getting or I'm collecting from such sort of sources over here. So as soon as possible, as I find out the piece of information, and I think that it is very important, then quickly I come to the live and I make you informed. Probably you people might have read about and know more about than me. It doesn't matter, but you might sometimes have forgotten the important points to be noted. So in this situation, such sort of my activities, like coming to the live streaming and giving the information can play a pivotal role, and also that gonna help me to boost my confidence level as well. So right now I am going to read about Princess Diana from biography.com. Princess Diana, royalty, British royal family. Princess Diana was Princess of Wales while married to Prince Charles, one of the most adored members of the British royal family. She died in 1997 car crash. Biography.com editors and Colin McEvey updated May 9, 2023. Okay. Who was Prince Diana? Diana, Princess of Wales, was the first wife of Prince Charles, the future King of the United Kingdom, and was the mother of Prince William and Prince Harry. Born Diana Frances Spencer, she became Lady Diana Spencer after her father inherited the title of Earl Spencer in 1975. She married Charles on July 29, 1981, and after a largely unhappy union under constant scrutiny from the media that divorced in 1996. Diana died on August 31st, 1997 from injuries she sustained in a car crash in Paris. She is remembered as a people's princess because of her widespread popularity and global humanitarian effort. Diana was born on July 1st, 1961, near Sandringham, England. Diana was the daughter of Edward John Spencer, the Viscount Althorp, and Frances Brock Roche, who was later known as the Honorable Frances Sand. Kate Diana had two elder sisters, Jean Felvis and Sarah McCordwell, and a younger brother, Charles Spencer. Ninth Earl Spencer, another brother, John, died in infancy a year before Diana was born. Her grandmothers, Cynthia Spencer and Ruth Roche, were both lavish in wedding to Queen Mother Elizabeth. When Diana was young, her parents divorced. There had been great strain on their marriage due to the pressure to produce a male heir prior to Charles' birth, with Diana's mother being sent to clinics to determine why she had not yet delivered a boy. Charles later said he believe this strain was the root of their divorce, according to Andrew Martin book Dana, Her True Story. Diana's father won custody of the children following the divorce. Her later married Renee, Countess of Dartmouth, with whom Dana had a poor relationships. Dana described her childhood as very unhappy and very unstable, according to Morton. Following her initial education at home, Dana attended a Riddlesworth Hall School and Worth Heath School. Although she was known for her shyness while growing up, she showed an interest in music and dancing. She became Lady Diana Spencer after her father inherited the title of Earl Spencer in 1975. Diana had a great fondness for children. After attending finishing school at Institute Alpine Vet Manet in Switzerland, she moved to London. She began working with children, eventually becoming an assistant at Young England Kindergarten. Relationship with Prince Charles. Diana met Prince Charles in 1977 when she was dating her older sister Shara. Although 13 years her senior, Charles first took interest in her as a potential bride when they reconnected at a mutual friend's home during the summer of 1980. Charles was usually the subject of media attention, and his courtship of Diana was so exception. The press and the public were fascinated by this seemingly odd couple, the Richard Garden loving prince and the shy young women with an interest in fashion and popular culture. Diana met Charles' family during a visit to Balmoral Castle in Scotland and was well received by Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, according to the Tina Brown book, The Diana Chronicles. Charles and Diana had been dating for just a few months when he proposed in Windsor Castle on February 3rd, 1981. She was so surprised that she initially thought it was a joke. According to Morton, on February 16, 1981, Prince Charles proposed to Diana with an 18-carat white gold ring topped with a 12 carat oval salon saffron surrounded by 14 solitary diamonds. It was made by the crown jeweler Garnet and reportedly inspired by both Prince Albert had created in 1840 as a wedding present for Queen Victoria. The ring reportedly cost Charles 28 thousand pound at the time, about 35,000 US dollar. Charles and Diana made headlines during a television interview following their engagement. When Charles was asked if they were in love, Diana responded, of course, while Charles added, whatever in love means, adding that the phrase in love is open to your own interpretation. Princess Diana and Prince Charles' royal wedding. Diana Spencer became Diana, Princess of Wales, when she married Charles on July 29, 1981. Their wedding took place at St. Paul's Cathedral in presence of 26 150 guests. The couple arrived separately and departed together by a carriage ride through the streets of London. Diana wore a taffeta wedding dress made with silk and antique lace and 10,000 pearls, created by husband and wife design team David and Elizabeth Emmanuel. She donned an 18th century Spencer family tiara with a 25-foot veil. Her emblem barely fit in the carriage, and it took Dana 3.5 minutes to walk down the sleigh. The royal wedding ceremony was broadcast on television around the world. Nearly 1 billion people from 74 countries tuned into to see what many consider to be the wedding of the century, Diana broke tradition during the wedding of omitting the word obey from her vows when she promised to love him, comfort him, honor him, and keep him in sickness and in health. The omission generated some attention and criticism from the media at that time. After the couple's fairy tale wedding, Diana felt overwhelmed by her royal duties and the intense media coverage of nearly every aspect of her life. She began to develop and pursue her life. She began to develop and pursue her one interest, serving as a strong supporter of many charities and work to help the homeless people living with HIV and AIDS and children in need. Diana and Charles had two sons together, Prince William Arthur Phillips Louis, born on June 21st, 1982, and Prince Henry Charles Albert David, known widely as Prince Harry, born on September 15, 1984. In January 1982, 12 weeks into her pregnancy with William, Diana deliberately threw herself down the stairs at Sandringham House, royal resident in Norfolk, because she was feeling so despondent and inadequate in her marriage to Charles. According to Merton, the baby, however, was unharmed. Diane experienced postmortem depression after her pregnancy with William and found the intense media attention surrounding her pregnancy difficult to bear. In 1983, when William was 9 months old, Diana could not bear to part with him during a planned 6 week hour a tour of Australia and New Zealand, so she broke royal tradition and brought the baby along with her. According to the book William by Tim Graham and Peter Archer, although the decision drew some criticism, the appearance of Diana and the baby on the tour was largely applauded by the public, according to the book. Dinah said her relationship with Charles was the closest we have ever been during her pregnancy with Harry. According to Merton book, Charles had hoped their second child would be a girl, and when Dana learned it would be a boy, she kept it from Charles so far to ruin their newly found closeness. When Harry was born, Charles' first words were, "Oh God, it's a boy," and Diana was so hurt that said it was the moment they knew their marriage had gone down the drain, according to Morton. Dana and Charles became estranged over the years, and Dana struggled with depression and bulimia. During their union, there were reports of infidelities from both parties. Most notably, Dana was said to have been in relation with Mayor James Hewitt from 1986 to 1991, while Charles resumed his relationship with his ex-girlfriend and a future wife, Queen Camilla. By the early 1990s, Dana and Charles were so visibly unhappy together that the media dubbed them the Glunch. Diana's separation from Charles was announced in December 1992 by British Prime Minister John Major, who read a statement from the royal family to the House of Commons during an infamous 1995 interview with the BBC programme Panorama. Dana questioned whether Charles could handle becoming king one day and said of his relationship with Camilla, "Well, there were three of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." The interview proved to be the final straw, and shortly afterward, Queen Elizabeth urged Diana and Charles to officially end their marriage. Their divorce were finalized in August 1996. Dana was allowed to keep her apartment at Kennington Palace as well as other apartments she could use with permission in advance. According to the New York Times, Sewage provided access to jets used by the royal family. Charles ceased to pay her bills after the divorce, significantly altering her lifestyle and financial control. Although she retained her title as Princess of Wales, Diana was stripped of the title Her Royal Highness, without which she was forced to courtesy to all her former family members, including her ex-husband and children. Queen Elizabeth II was reportedly willing to let her keep the title, but Charles adamantly insisted she lose it. Additionally, Diana gave up any claim to the British throne. Princess Diana following her divorce, Diana devoted herself to her sons and charitable efforts, including raising awareness about the dangers of the leftover landmines in war-torn Angola. She maintained a high level of popularity with the public. She also continued her royal duties and which offered continued security by reality protection officers who refused such a protection except when she traveled with her son. Dana had several romantic relationships after her divorce. She dated the British Pakistani health surgeon Hasnat Khan, who has been described as a love of her life from 1995 to 1997, and he started dating the Egyptian film producer and playboy Dodi Fed in 1997. It was reported that some members of the royal family and former Prime Minister Tony Blair did not approve of the relationship between Dana and Fed. That while visiting Paris, Dana and Fed were involved in a car crash early in the morning of August 31st, 1997, repeatedly after trying to escape from the members of the paparazzi. Fed and the driver were pronounced dead at the scene. Dana initially survived the crash but died from her injuries at a Paris hospital. A few hours later, she was 36 years old. News of her sudden senseless death shocked the world and sparked a global outpouring of the public grief. Queen Elizabeth II, who was criticized for not immediately responding publicly to Diana's death, made a televised address from Buckingham Palace on September 5th, in which she said no one who knew Diana well ever forget her. Millions of others who never met her but felt they knew her will remember her. I, for one, believe there are lessons to be drawn from her life and from the extraordinary and moving reaction to her death. I share in your determination to cherish her memory following an investigation to Dana's fatal car accident. A report released in 1990 determined that the driver was at fault for driving at a high speed while under the influence of alcohol and anti depression drugs. Charges were dropped against several photographers who were initially blamed for causing the crash. Despite the report, rumors persisted for years about alternative reasons for the accident. Funeral, gravesite, and legacy. On the morning of the September 16, 1997, Diana's funeral procession commenced from Kingston Palace with her coffin resting on a gun carriers drawn by six black horses. Thousands of mourners packed the street to watch, with a 15-year-old William and 12-year-old Harry joining the final stretch of the 4-mile procession for their mother. An estimated 2.5 million people tuned on television to watch the ceremony at Westminster Abbey, which featured a powerful eulogy from Diana's brother Earl Charles Spencer and a performance from Elton John, who rewrite the lyrics of his song Candle in the Wind in her honor. Diana's body was laid to rest at a gravesite on a small island at her family's seat, Althorp. To continue her charitable efforts, the Diana, Princess of Wales Memorial Fund was founded after her death to provide resources for palliative cure, panel reform, asylum, and other issues. The fund is no longer actively fundraising, but any new donations are split between the charitable endeavours of Prince William of Wales and Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. In 2007, just before the 10th anniversary of her death, William and Harry honoured their beloved mother with a special concert that took place on what would have been her 46th birthday. The proceeds of the event went to charities supported by Dana and her son. Both William and Harry have honored Diana through their daughter's name. Princess Charlotte Elizabeth Diana was born on May 2nd, 2015 to William and his wife Princess Kate. Harry and his wife Meghan Markle welcomed their daughter Prince Lilibet Diana Mountbatten Windsor on June 6, 2021. Portrayals in pop culture. Diana has been portrayed by a large number of actors in film, television, and other works of media. Among them were Serena Scott Thomas in Diana, her true story, 1993, Genevieve O'Reilly in Diana, Last Stage of Princess, Naomi Watts in Dana, and Kristen Stewart in Spencer 2021. Stewart received an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress for portraying Dana in the film. In the Netflix series The Crown, Dana has been portrayed in different seasons by Emma Corrin and Elizabeth. Okay, I'm also, searching other important. Okay, what is the lesson? Okay, what are the lessons that can be learned from life of Diana, Princess Diana, Princess Diana. Okay, life lessons from Princess Diana we can all learn from. Okay, what are the lessons? I think she's the legend. She's the princess of the people, and whatever the actions she has followed very humbly has definitely left the blueprint to be learned for we common people. So let's check out what are the lessons to be learned from the life of our lovely, our charismatic, our elegant, wonderful, very sexy lady Diana's life. Okay, the lessons. Know your priorities. Okay, family is the most important thing in the world. Treat others how you would like to be treated. Carry out a random act of kindness with no expectation of reward. Safin. Hugs can do a great amount of good, especially for children. Don't be afraid to show affection. I think the biggest disease the world suffers from in this day and age is the I don't go by the rule book. I lead from the heart and not the head. Okay, these are some of the very important, lines. Princess Diana was one of a kind. Yes, she was a royal, but she was also a mother, wife, and friend. Whether she was kicking off her heels to take part in the mom's race at sports day, or trying not to react when cheeky Prince Harry poked his tongue out at an official photo call. There were times when Diana seemed just like the rest of us, and that's maybe what we loved about her most. It has been almost 18 years since 36-year-old Diana died in a Paris car crash, and today would have been her 55th birthday. So, to mark the occasion, we are taking a look back at some of the Diana's best moments and reflecting on the legacy of a truly amazing woman, from the relaxed parenting style she has passed down to William to the charity baton youngest son Harry now holds. There are some pretty important life lessons we could learn from the people's princess. Queen Elizabeth said, okay, often revered as an astute judge of character, Queen Elizabeth II told friends that, okay. I think this is another news. This is another news, and I want to, end up the, reading this much. What I am, feeling, or what I have personally been experiencing while going through such a, bulky and such a, highly intellectual book. I personally feel that I'm transferring myself, and I'm also following the, footprint that our, you know popular Princess Diana have followed and left to us. Actually, the legacy that Princess Diana um, has left is immensely, powerful and immensely uh, magnificent, and it is important not only for, you know uh, just women, but it has left the, wisdom for the human race. Being born as a, princess, or let's say in a royal family, she has spent whole life in so, normally. Actually, see, while going through her, lifestyle, what I felt is that the mind she has been carrying is so, normal, and she loves to, treat all the people equally. She is not the, egoistic princess. She is always helping other people who are especially in the position of our shepherd, and she actually do not calculate the, treatment from her mind. Actually, she is so kind, and she performs her duties, her relationship with other people equally and by her heart. And because of this region, she is, treated, and she is still remembered for her good treatment to all the people equally. She loves everybody with the equal eyes, okay, equal, there is no any smell of discrimination. Though she is, sometimes um, might be bothered by the paparazzi, and disturbed by the paparazzi, irritated by the paparazzi, but actually, where she felt that her presence is very much important, and at that time, she do not seem so, mean and so, egoistic and so arrogant to be there. Just quickly, instantly, she showed her presence, and she gives the encouragement that the people, they are sometimes, not expecting from her. So I'm fully satisfied with the books and with the, nature, with the characteristics that our Princess of Wales has performed and shown to other people, and the love, the affection, the passion she has been carrying with has drawn the attraction of the people, and she has become the center of every one's life of the people around the globe. It's just the nature, humble nature, shy nature of her life. Okay, just she has been able to lead her life just 36-year old, but 36 years has proved that she has led her life 100 plus. Even if people, you know leading their life 100 years has not, raised the popularity, and you know they they cannot, compete, or they cannot compare and replace the, position and that Princess Diana has left so far. So though physically she is, no more around Osh, but the memories of her will always be, um, remain blooming in our heart, you know, with respect, with great honor and tribute to our side, to her. Okay, this is the, yeah, reading sessions today I am so indulged with. So it's already, 4:31 p.m. So right now I need to wrap up the program, and as soon as I, happen to encounter with the beautiful piece of art, or let's say the article, or the short of books, and definitely I will be here, reciting and presenting, show you people. Well, definitely I'm gonna get the encouragement, the informations that you need to follow as well, and you will definitely get the ideas to go through such sort of information. Okay, so this much for today. Thank you so much for, bowing or showing the patience uh, in this program. This program is of our program, so I'm in the position to growing up, crawling up, and have the deepest passion of learning and, harvesting the, fruits of hard work, diligently and dexterity, and that we can increase, uh, can be, increased just by hard work. There is no any shortcut, there is no any way to achieve the achievement from hanky panky. Okay, so thank you so much and stay always blessed. Love you all.